Hi everybody, today is March 2nd, 2015. When I seen what Saudi Arabia's been doing, I went, whoa. Saudi Arabia's call to all Middle East countries for a stand against Iran and jihadists. King's invitation in what is seen as a Saudi bid to unify Sunnis against Iran and jihadists. Iran is currently in an offensive state, the likes of which we have never seen in modern history. It is directly fighting in Syria and Iraq, and has proxies in Lebanon, Gaza, Yemen, and Bahrain. It also has a presence in Sudan, although President Omar al-Bashir claims he has shut down all Iranian offices. It is due to Iran's clear offensive actions that we see Saudi Arabia in a stated defense of its traditional areas, once directly in Bahrain, but mostly by supporting allies such as in Yemen and Syria. Now this part comes from the Al Arabiya website. Yemen is the latest Iranian venture, but Tehran is incapable of succeeding there, regardless of how much effort it makes viva the Houthi rebels. An ousted president, Ali Abdullah Saleh, Yemen remains socially and politically close to Saudi Arabia. Yemen will cost Iran more than it thinks as time passes and the struggle worsens. Foreign parties such as Western countries will realize that Iran's expansionist appetite is not only a threat to countries such as Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and the rest of the region, but it also targets areas of stability and supports violent groups that threaten the world. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry will visit Riyadh this week ahead of another round of international talks aimed at finding a nuclear deal with Iran, something that worries Tehran's main regional rival, Saudi Arabia. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan arrived Monday in Riyadh for a visit at the King's invitation, in what is seen as a Saudi bid to unify Sunnis against Iran and jihadists. Erdogan's meeting with King Salman comes a day after Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi held talks with the monarch and precedes a visit by Pakistan's Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif later this week. Tunisia to get 5 Black Hawks for fight against jihadists. The Turks and Saudi leaders discuss means of enhancing bilateral cooperation in various fields, issues of common interest, and external development, said the official Saudi press agency. Top officials from neighboring nations, Qatar, Kuwait, Jordan, and the United Arab Emirates, have already visited Salman since mid-February, and other heads of state will follow. So of course, Turkey's not going to join the fight against Iran unless it's going to get something out of it. Remember the reports of Turkey going into Iraq to move its tomb of the founder's grandfather of the Ottoman Empire? Turkey to explore oil in Iraq's Kandil area. Peace talks to pave the way. The energy minister said on Monday Turkey would explore for oil in the Kandil region of Iraq, and that a move towards disarmament by the ousted Kurdish Workers' Party, PKK, should pave the way for this to happen. He said that Turkey owns blocks it wants to explore in the foothills of the Kandil Mountains, a remote corner of the Kurdish-run northern Iraq dominated by the PKK, which is negotiating a peace process with Turkish authorities to end a 30-year insurgency inside Turkey. Interesting, when Egypt's president went to Saudi Arabia, it says here he broke with official protocol and met Sisi at the airport. This was showing a pointing mark of favor towards the Egyptian president at a time when some Arab media have asked whether the close ties that existed between the two states under the late King Abdul would continue. That visit was the latest in intense fury of diplomacy in Riyadh, and follows talks between Salman and the leaders of all Saudi Arabia Gulf Arab neighbors, as well as Jordan. Jordan's joined the fight. And then it talks about Turkey going to Saudi Arabia. They're all flying to Saudi Arabia. And of course, this article here tries to downplay everything. It says talks may be aimed at strengthening Arab and Sunni unity in the face of what Riyadh sees as a dual threat from Iran and the Islamic State militants, analysis say. And then we got the Prime Minister of Israel tomorrow speaking to Congress about the threat of Iran. His speech today, he said he wasn't going to give any hints to what they were going to announce or say at that meeting. So now you see why I went, whoa, when I put all this together. Besides all the backstabbing that Obama's been doing with Israel, Saudi Arabia is not too happy with Obama either. Saudi Arabia has made repeated calls for the U.S. and go into Syria to stop Syria and also Iran. Saudi Arabia actually bought a nuclear bomb from Pakistan, and they're going to meet with them too. I think Iran supporting the Houthis there in Yemen was a last straw for them. That's right on their border. Alright, put your thoughts and comments down below. Bookmark my site. I'll keep you up to date. Please stay safe, and I will talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.